Basically, would you believe it that this is a saying of Moshe Rabbeinu? Moses said so. It's one of the strong sayings of Moses, which came down to us. It says, if you bring a letter, you better read it. That was his words. Means if you deliver a message, then read the message. You know, God's put something in your head. Let's do it. And again, you see what it is. God puts a message into my head at that moment when it's time to do it, right? And sadly enough, we always wait and wait and wait. Now listen to this unbelievable story in the Talmud. Do you know Jonah the prophet had this prophecy to go to Nineveh and tell them, unless, Mamash had this clear prophecy, unless they're changing their ways, Nineveh will be destroyed in 40 days. Does anybody know how old Jonah was? It was on his bar mitzvah day. He was 13 years old. And his bar mitzvah was on the second day of Sukkot. Can you imagine? He came to the holy temple. No, I'm sorry. The first day of Sukkot was his bar mitzvah day. First day of Sukkot. And the second night of Sukkot, everybody knows, the Simchas Beis Hashem, Simchat Beit HaShoeva, the rejoicing and drawing the water. And it's the highest joy in the world. And only the highest people were dancing, mamash. You couldn't dance because it's time to dance, mamash. The Spirit had to move you. And suddenly, Jonah, he doesn't know what happened to him. Suddenly he's dancing among all the holy people. And while he's dancing, utmost bliss and rejoicing, he hears his prophecy, mamash. Mamash, he hears God's voice. Telling him, Yonah ben Amittai, son of Amittai, go to Nineveh. Unbelievable, right? So basically, you see, this is, in Yerushalmi, it's very strong, you know? Because actually, I mean, there were so many great rabbis and so many old prophets. He's crazy, right? And a little boy of 13, going to Nineveh. Nineveh was a world empire in those days. But the thing is, and you see what it is, we are reading it, the Torah, a few minutes before Yom Kippur is over. Because, you know, all day Yom Kippur we are crying over all the sins we committed, all the mistakes. But by Mincha that is over. You know what we are repenting the last few minutes? That I didn't deliver all those important messages I was given. You know, friends, if we would go back in history, if every person in the world would really live up to their visions, we'd all be the highest people in the world. The highest. So you know what the problem is? We believe that God can do it, but we don't really believe that we can do it. Why don't we believe that we can do it? Because I think I have to do it with my own strength. Or we don't believe that when God gives me a vision, He also gives me whatever I need, right? You know, when someone tells me, I have a good advice for you, go to Israel. Mazel tov, he doesn't give me a ticket, right? He wants me to buy the ticket, then he will say, I gave him good advice. I can give the advice myself, right? You know the way God is operating? When God tells you go to Israel, He also gives you a ticket, right? But you have to have clear eyes to see it, right? Sometimes God is hiding it under the closet, right?